Hello there, friends. I wanted to shoot a video and send this out to you at the start of the year to discuss some of the considerations that will help us to get into the new year well. Thank you so much to Elijah Pilchard for arranging this video, shooting the video, and this should be less than 10 minutes. So I wanted to go over with you our COVID protocols for the year, cell phone policy because that's new, just make a quick note about punctuality and demerits, remind you of back to school night, and then once again ask you for your prayers. So going back to the COVID protocols, the main thing I want to say is that is spelled out for you on the website. On the main page of the website, you'll see a link there. And please take the time to read through that, make sure that you understand that. While you're on the website, go to the faculty page where you'll see photos of our faculty, little bio about them. We have several new folks this year, and it'd be great for you to just get to know them. Thank you again to Elijah for taking those photos. Anyway, so I do want to say regarding COVID that we as a school are committed to in-person learning and also leaving the question of wearing masks up to individual families. Secondly, I want to ask you to please to keep an especially close eye on your child's health throughout the year. And if on a day there's any question of his health, whether or not he is getting sick, please keep your child at home. Even if that's not convenient for you, even if it means that your child will miss something important or that he wanted to do, please keep your child at home. On the website, we list the COVID, 10 points that make up our protocol for the year. On point 9 or 10, we reference some forms, and there's a hyperlink there that you can click. And please fill out those forms and bring them by the office. Any part of the forms that pertain to you, one of them at least pertains to all of these students, and that's the waiver. Please fill that out and turn that in to the office. That'd be great. Secondly, moving on, cell phone policy. We are joining other schools in adopting a no cell phone on students' persons during the day. So that's our policy for the year. We're making this change simply toward the goal of providing the best educational environment possible. We are hoping that without their cell phones, that will raise the environment, raise the attention of these students. I sent you a letter and I explained this in one of the attachments. Want to go over that again. We are doing this not out of some grand philosophy of technology. We're not against cell phones. I have a cell phone. It's right there. We don't want to stake any position on whether young people should have cell phones. We're not speaking about that. Our point is simply to raise the attention during the class time. So we encourage students to leave their phones at home. If they choose to not leave them at home, and there's a couple good reasons why they might, we encourage them to leave their phones in their cars during the day, if that applies. And they're not allowed to visit their cars during school hours. But if after all that a student still chooses to bring his phone onto the campus, he should bring his phone into the office between 8 a.m. and 8:12, which is 12 minutes. So there's a short window. And he'll hand over his phone to a senior, Seth Blumenthal, who's been hired for this task. And Seth will record the drop-off, make sure the phone has been shut off. He'll assign the phone a number and then drop it into a shoe holder, actually, with the corresponding number. And then after school, the student can return back to the office and can pick up his phone. And during the day, those phones will be hung up and locked. And so we will make sure that they are kept safe. So students shouldn't be able to access his phone during the day. He will be penalized if he does access his phone during the day. And I can spell out that penalty just quickly. The first time we see a student with his cell phone, he'll need to bring it to the office and turn it in, and we will give him a pass. The second time that he does that, he'll get a demerit and have to turn it in. The third time, we will actually call up you, the parents, and you'll have to come and then get the cell phone. And the fourth time, we will not allow him to even store his phone on campus during the day. He'll have to leave it at home. So, and again, that's all for the sake of the educational environment of the school. We want the best attention that we can. If you wish to communicate with your child during the day, certainly can leave you can send him an email on his computer. They're still allowed to have tablets and computers. Or you can call up the office if it's an especially pressing message, and the office will relay that to your student, the old school way. Okay, so moving on quickly, we want to this year especially emphasize punctuality. And there's been, as you might know, a sort of a growing problem with students showing up late, especially at the start of the day. And so we want to let you know, we want to encourage you, have your student here on time, whatever that takes. And we will be keeping track of tardiness, and after a certain amount of the tardiness, the student will be assigned penalties. If you are a driver of students, especially put responsibility on yourself to have your students here on time. Thank you so much for that. Fourthly, moving on quickly, talking about a negative topic, maybe talking about demerits. Want to hasten to say we don't like demerits. We will give them out slowly, reluctantly, for many reasons. One, they're a hassle for us too, and but there's a slight change in the demerit policy this year. There are one demerit violations and 3 demerit violations. And this year, the 1 demerit violations will not be sent home with the child for the parent to sign. And so you'll just be seeing those ones that have the three demerit violations. And so what we're asking you is on RenWeb, the computer program, through the parent portal, keep track of your children's demerit violation, because if they accrue a bunch of 1 demerit violations, you will not know about that unless you are keeping track via RenWeb. And we don't want you to be surprised if your child has to stay later at school on Thursdays. So keep tabs on that, please. Okay, we're almost through here. Back to school night. I sent you in my last letter last week an attachment about back to school night, just reminding you that it would be great if you could come. It's a time when we assign lockers for the year, when we talk about fine arts, sports, when you can make sure that the classes you register for will actually work. You meet new teachers, of whom we have quite a few. And it's just a nice time to mingle and have a good time. So Nikki will also on Monday be sending you out a text reminding you of that night. but letting you know now. So finally, so then brothers and sisters, pray for this school year, for our health, students' health. Pray for a good spirit. Pray that God's Spirit will attend and do His good and lasting work. And I did also, and again, referencing my letter last week, told you about a prayer meeting that will happen every Tuesday at 8:15 in the morning. Prayer meeting with parents and me, praying again for faculty, praying for the school. And so you are certainly invited. That will meet in room 103, 8:15 Tuesday mornings, and we'll do that year round. You can come whenever it works. You're not committing to anything. So, well, that's great. We are looking forward to a good year with God's Spirit helping us. It will be a great year, and looking forward to meeting you. Most of you I haven't met, and the students as well. So, you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.